Hi, this is Trepacer. Um, welcome to my In Bed blog for Saturday, the 11th of October, 2025. Hope everybody had a good week. It was a good week. Also, I sent my other phone from my other job, well, not my other job, from CBRE, the company I work for. They gave us a cell phone, and mine wasn't working. Once I put the latest updates on it, it wouldn't go any further. They kept saying that there was no internet connection. So I showed the lady, the rep from CBRE, who was there that week, and they told me they'll give me a new one. So they sent me the label to send it back, and I sent it back I think on Tuesday. So hopefully maybe this coming week I'll get the new phone and I can just update, and that one will be a CBR phone, so I can check my CBRE emails on that and all that other stuff and put I think my teams and all that other stuff that relevant stuff that we're supposed to put on it. Okay, so that'll be a separate phone. That's the iPhone 16 CS that they gave us, and still have my iPhone 14. Although I may update this iPhone for Christmas, I may update this to the 17 Pro Max, just because, you know, and because I know it would piss off this guy I work with, Gary, who doesn't work well. He works next door, but he's into technology and stuff. And as soon as I had upgraded to this phone, he got so jealous. He went out right that same day and upgraded to the 14 because his wife, because actually he doesn't own it. His wife owns the account, so but he was so jealous. He went out and upgraded and got to the 14, and now he has the 16, I think, but he can't. I think he upgraded that earlier this year, so he can't upgrade anymore. Okay, uh, so I think I'll get the 17 Pro Max just to spite him, and to see the look of jealousy on his face when I come in, and I'll just politely just throw it on the tables, so he'll be green with envy. But anyway, oh yeah, also there's going to be a Sweet 16 thing for my niece's her daughter. Uh, this is my youngest sister, her daughter's daughter is having a Sweet 16. My sister sent me the invitation, so I'm gonna order a card off the from Amazon, and I'm gonna give her an Amazon gift card because I don't know what else to give her. So I'll give her like $100 Amazon gift card, and she can buy what she wants with that, because I have no idea what a 16-year-old girl would want. And I just talked to my brother, my oldest brother, on the phone, so he's gonna, and because he didn't know about it, so he wants to go. So I said it's even perfect. I can get a ride with him and stuff, and so maybe it'll take me and my stepfather, because that's his great granddaughter. Yeah, that'd be his great granddaughter. Yeah, so maybe he can come too, because it's supposed to be from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and we get there at 5 o'clock, and she's supposed to come. Again, it's the Sweet 16, so she's supposed to present herself and come in there at 5:30, which will be nice. And I haven't seen my niece in a while. I know it's been a couple of years, I think, since I've seen her. I think the last time I saw her was when we had a barbecue. That was a couple of years ago, when my brother had got out of prison, and we had a barbecue in this park that was, I think, further up from here, and a real beautiful park and stuff. And she came over there with her husband and her kids and stuff, and we had a good time. So it was good to see her. So it'd be good to see her again after a while, because I haven't seen her in a couple of years. So hopefully I can get my stepfather. I'll tell him that my brother's going to come and pick us up, so he can come. He can come with. I'm not going to ask my brother. He can come with us and stuff. So, and I think my sisters are going to be there too, and my brother. So it'd be nice to see her and to celebrate her daughter's thing, because I think the last time I even saw her, I think her daughter. I remember the daughter was a baby. She brought her daughter over here, but her daughter was like a baby. Okay, so it's been a while since I've seen her. So it'd be nice to do that. Anyway, we got our first paycheck. Was it this week? Yeah, this week. It was only for the 3 days, but we get paid every week and stuff. So, but I don't never, I don't ever, I pretend that I don't pretend, but I act like we get paid every week, every 2 weeks. Because I don't, that's how I manage my money. Because even though we get paid every week, I act like we get paid every 2 weeks, so I pay my bills and all that stuff like that. So, so the next time will be the 24th. Okay, yeah, that'll be the 24th. Anyway, and like I said, yeah, I'll probably get the phone for myself and upgrade to the 17, because I think this phone will be paid off. I think I have to look, because I know when I got this phone, I was paying it off and stuff. I have to see if this one is paid off. I'll look tonight maybe even and see, because I know if you pay this off, then I think you could you know, you can trade this in, and I think that's what I did with my other phone. I traded that in and got this one, and so maybe that's what I'll do with this one. I'll trade this one in for however much they've given me for for this, and then pay the rest over time. That's it. And get the 17 Pro Max. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I watched Peacemaker, and I watched the final episode, season 2, episode 8, and I watched Gen V season 2, episode 8, episode 6 of that. 2 more episodes to go with that, and Peacemaker. It was like an hour, almost an hour. I enjoyed it for the most part, although I was expecting something more actually, because I think they kind of hyped it up. James Gunn hyped it up, and I think episode 7 was really powerful. Again, and this episode was good too. Okay, I know a lot of people like Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trail. She didn't like it because I think James Gunn did hype it up. The episode 6 and 7 and 8 would be fantastic. Specifically, he said episode 6 and 8, and maybe I'll talk about it once it's been out a little bit. Maybe I'll talk about it in episode. Maybe I'll talk about it after episode 8, after I put it up. Maybe I'll make another video, because that way it'll been out a while. I'll make a video about my expectations for it, because James Gunn did hype it up. But again, I still have faith in James Gunn, because James Gunn, I think he knows what he's doing and stuff. So I have no trepidation about James Gunn and stuff. I think he's going to do a great job with going forward, and I look forward to the Superman sequel and stuff. So that's good. And like I said, I'm going to have a digital code giveaway contest. I will have it by the end of this month. Okay, and I had to switch my dental appointment to November 5th, I believe, because when we start with the CVR company, you have to earn your time again. You have to earn, I think by the end of this month, we'll probably have about 16 and a half hours, I think, maybe. I think it's 8 hours or something like that. But in any event, my appointment is like in the afternoon, so I have to wait. So I switched it to November, so by the time this month is over, I'll have time, saved up, so I'll get paid. So I didn't want to take that day off and not get paid. So I just switched it to November, and I'll go get my cleaning and then put in my time, and I'll get paid for that. And CVRE has a lot of new things, and like I said, there's a lot of like tests that they want you to take, like training and stuff. And I'm in the middle of it now. I think I have 7 more to go, but specifically, there's 3 of them, and I'm in the middle of one of the 3 that is breaking down into like 5 or 6 parts in like 20 minutes each, and you got to take a test at the end of it. It's really annoying, but I'm working on those. I'm going to work on. In fact, after I finish recording this video, or maybe a video for my other channel, Paul Views and Opinions, I'll try to do 2 more today. I'll see if I can do 2 more today, and then I'll do that while I'm eating. And what else? Yeah, and then tomorrow, hopefully, maybe I can do maybe 2 more. I want to try to knock this one out and then move on to the next one. And the other ones, the other tests outside of those 3 are just regular like safety training and all that. So that'll be easier to go through. It's just that these are really like tests and stuff, which is like really annoying, really what it is. But I want to get it over and done with in time, because like I said, I think these 3 that are divided into several parts are due I think November 2nd, I think. So I got a couple of weeks to finish it up, but I want to try to knock it out as soon as possible. Oh yeah, and another thing, I took care of my 401k and I signed up for my medical. So I should be, I guess, getting the card soon. Cards for my medical and dental. But I also, with the 401k, because the company that CBR uses is still Fidelity, the same company I was using for my 401k with Cushman & Wakefield. So I just told them leave that money there, and then I'll start a new one, 401k with CBRE. And I already put in the selection of how much money I want them to take out and all that stuff. So that's going to go. And what I was thinking about, because I'm going to retire maybe in 6 or 7 years, maybe something like that. So I was thinking about, and I've been watching a lot of videos of people, living in like, converting school buses and vans into like living quarters and stuff. and use it, so they can like get on the road and travel and all that stuff. And that does appeal to me. Okay, the only problem is that I can't drive and I don't have a driver's license. Uh, but I was thinking what I could do, and this is going to be whether I buy the van or a converted bus or whatever, and if I want to do that or not, or just it'll be always good to to learn how to drive and have a car to get around. Because even if I'm retired and stuff, and if I'm not living in New York, which is again because New York, you got buses and trains, so I don't really, there was never really a need for me to buy a car and go places because we got that. But my brothers and sisters and stuff, they got their license and they drive. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe about 2 years time, I'm gonna look if I can buy me like a used car, maybe like a Toyota, something like that, something that has a lot of miles on it and it's like reliable. Like buy that car, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice, even if it takes me like 6 months or so, whatever. Just practice. Go see if I can go to a big open like parking lot and just practice, practice driving, driving here and there, getting used to it, and then eventually after a period of time take the driver's test and hopefully pass it. And then what I'll do with that car is I'll use that car to go, even if it's like just to go shopping, just to go from here to there, just to get used to driving on a regular basis. So by the time I retire, I'll have been really acclimated to driving, and then wherever I go to live, I could have this little reliable car that I can go here places here and there. Because and that's the thing that I noticed too with these converted vans and all that other stuff. And even if you don't buy a even if you move somewhere, you got to get to one place to another. You're going to need a car because every place is not going to be like New York where you got public transportation and stuff. So you're going to have to learn how. I'm going to have to learn how to drive so I can get places and go places, so I don't be stuck somewhere. I want to be able to go places, get in my car and go places and stuff. I thought about also maybe buying a scooter or something, but nah, a scooter is not good for, especially if you want to go to the mall or something. If I want to, want to hop in the car and go to the mall or go to a park or something, and just you got to have a car to go places. Okay, that's just a fact of life. So I'm going to. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I'm going to look around in maybe about 2 years time and see if I can get like I said, a used car with good mileage on it and stuff, and see if I can buy that and then just practice driving. Practice for months. If it takes me 6 to 7 months, just practice driving. Every weekend if I can, just go and spend a couple hours each day, Saturday and Sunday, just driving, learning, learning, how to park and all that stuff, just to get myself acclimated to it. And then after a period of time, I will take the driver's test and hopefully pass it. Okay, and then get my license, and then I'll keep driving. I'll drive. Then I'll start driving. I'll start driving more, even if it's just to go put from place A to B, even if it's just to get used to the driving and stuff, and so I get acclimated to it and stuff. And I think that's a good plan. So that by the time I retire, I've been driving for a couple of years, and wherever I decide to go, whether I decide to buy one of these converted buses or vans that you can go on the road, then I could, because when I think about it, I think I might want to do that. Live in a converted van. You have your kitchen there, you have your bath, your shower in it, and maybe even and you can go from place to place. You're not stuck one place. Okay, because I was thinking about where I'm going to live and stuff, and I was thinking about Colorado because I know my little brother is going to move out there. He works for Pepsi and he's transferring out there pretty soon, and I thought maybe Colorado might be nice because I want to live in a place where you have the change of seasons and stuff. I don't want to go a place where it's always hot or always raining like Seattle or something like that. I would like to go to a place where you do have the change of seasons and stuff. And if you have a bus or a van that's converted into a living quarter and stuff, you can park and be in a park somewhere. I think some parks will let you you can like camp in the park, or you can go from place. You don't have to be stuck one place. You can actually, and maybe I can even do that. I can go from state to, drive from state to state or stuff in it. I think that would be nice. Okay, just to be able to do that, for a while, and then maybe after a while, if you don't, if I like it, take to it, enjoy that, and you never know. I may have a partner and stuff, and they may want to, keep doing it. It'd probably be great to do, especially to do it with a partner and stuff. So, and who knows what the future may hold. So, I am thinking about that, but I am going to. That is the plan that I'm thinking about now. That I'm thinking about it, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a car, and I'm just going to practice. Practice driving, parking, steering. Going left. Making left turns, making right turns, backing up. Just practice it relentlessly. I'm going to try to do that for months on end, so I get used to it and just get used to it, so I can get the and what I can do is I'll just let my I'll let my brother buy the car for me, give him the money, so let him buy the car, and then that way, eventually, once I get my license, then I'll transfer get the insurance and stuff, and then I can drive it on the road and stuff. But I gotta find a place, and I know there's probably a place like a park somewhere that has like a big parking lot, especially on the weekends. I have to find some place, not a because that you got to worry, because on the weekends the supermarket and stuff their parking lot will be crowded as hell because of the people. I got to find a place has a big open space that you can just maybe drive and practice driving back and forth and all that stuff. That's what I got to try to do. Get a place, and I'll think about it. I'm gonna definitely do some research on this, so that way I can maybe do that. I think that would be cool. And then again, eventually I'll let that go. And like I said, my brother, I think all my brothers drive. My oldest brother drives. My two younger brothers, my three younger brothers drive. Yep, they all drive. Yep, 1, 2. I'm looking at a picture of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all. Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, 3, 4. All of them drive. And like I said, my brother, my younger brother, who's right next to me, 2 years younger than me, he's the one that drove us down there to when we went to West Virginia, Virginia Beach, and he could really drive. He really impressed me with his driving, because I know he had got that license years ago to drive the big rigs, and it seemed like he never lost a step. He really did a great job driving and stuff. So which I really was impressed with, and I told him that really impressive. And I know my other brother who lives in Jersey, who we go to the Met games, a couple of Met games a year. He has kind of a lead foot. And then my oldest brother who drives, he drives too. And then my youngest brother who lives up in Albany, of course, he drives a big van and stuff, and he comes down, and so he's been driving for years. So, and then my sister, then my two oldest sisters drive. My oldest sister drives, and my other sister, I think she knows how to drive, but she hasn't driven a car because her daughters and stuff drive her places here and there. And I think my youngest sister is the only one that hasn't. But yeah, I think she's the only one that because she never had a car and stuff, so she never learned how to drive. So I would definitely want to do that. And maybe, like I said, I can take my brother with me, and he can spend time with me, giving me tips and stuff on how to drive and all that stuff. So I think I'm definitely going to do that. Anyway, so like I said, once I'm gonna have a digital call giveaway contest. The Gen B and Peacemaker episodes I'm gonna edit on my phone, and see if I can start editing Peacemaker first on my phone tonight. If I don't finish it, I'll finish it tomorrow, and then I can do Gen B into my phone. I can do both of those, edit them both on my phone, and the way I edit it on my phone, they don't get blocked and stuff. And if they get blocked, they get mostly blocked for music, and then I can just mute the music and stuff. And like I said, the thing with Peacemaker is that James Gunn is a great fan of music and stuff, and he has all these great songs on it and stuff. So sometimes I may have to mute the music on certain spots, because in the finale he had a lot of music in there, so I may have to mute that. But other than that, I'm good. So I'm gonna record. Besides this video, I think I'm gonna do a video for my Paul's Views and Opinions channel. Okay, and then what else? and then I'm going to eat and do those. Try if I can do more parts of that test for my job, and then at 8 o'clock or a little bit after, uh, then I'll monitor. I'll put one to share for more for this video and the other video in there, and render those, and then maybe after that, then see if I can, maybe from 9 to 11, see if I can edit Peacemaker. Okay, if I can do it tonight, because I can do that while I'm, watching TV or something else, so I can multitask that way. Okay, so anyway, I think that's it for. So look for this video and a video on my Paul's Views and Opinions channel, and the Peacemaker season 2 episode 8, the finale of that, and Gen V season 2 episode 6, which will probably go up tomorrow. Okay, and probably Peacemaker may go up tomorrow too. Okay, so look for those videos, and I think also Wonder Man. I'm sorry, that's what I forgot. There's a trailer. They dropped a trailer because Comic-Con is this weekend, so they dropped a trailer for Wonder Man. That's the series on the Marvel TV series that's coming out in December, I believe. And the guy who played Black Manta in the DCEU, I'm not even going to begin to pronounce his name. He has such a long name. Okay, so I'm not even going to try to butcher his name. But he plays Simon Williams. Okay, and I'm looking for, and Ben Kingsley is in it too. So, and they kind of make it like he's so. Although I know in the comics he did go out to Hollywood. He was part of the West Coast Avengers and stuff. But I know they probably changed it around a little bit. But it does look like he's wearing the what Simon Williams used, wearing in the comics. Like the leather jacket, the red leather jacket, and the like black turtleneck and stuff. And I do want to see how he, they give him his powers and stuff. And also his brother is I forgot, he had a brother called Eric. I forgot, I think in the comics, and his brother, because I know in the comics originally Simon Williams was part of they were a part of it. They were like businessmen, I think, right? They're father for the company from their father, I think. And I think he tried to do it. He tried to do something illegal. I think he got busted, and then I think he got put in a coma. I think he was put in a coma for a little while. And then I know his brother was a villain too. I forgot the name of the character of the brother that was the villain. But anyway, he got resurrected later. Simon Williams, became a good guy, and got resurrected. And I know they used his brainwaves to put in Vision. Okay, I know that was the big thing in comics. They put his brainwaves in Vision. The robot. And I know there was like a little triangle for a little bit about for him and Vision and Wonder Man, Vision and Wanda, Scarlet Witch, which I know they're probably not going to do that in the live action. Although I do want to, I know they're supposed to be doing a Vision series as well, so I do wonder if they're going to try to tie that in or something. If not, we'll see what they do with that. But I'm definitely interested in seeing this show and see what it's about. I know and one of my favorite parts of that, because I still read Avengers and stuff, and the Beast and Simon Williams, Hank McCoy, they were like best friends. That was one of the better friendships I think that they wrote. I always remember that friendship between him and Beast, which I thought was really good, and so I would love for them to do that again. Although now we don't know, if because we know now Kelsey Grammer is playing the Beast now in this and I know in Avengers Doomsday they're going to have I think Kelsey Grammer is going to be playing the Beast, so they probably won't have that crossover, although he could be in it. We never know. So we'll see how it plays out. But again, that was one of the great friendships I liked in the Avengers. In the comic, it was Simon Williams and Hank McCoy. They were good friends. We liked that. But anyway, I think that's it. Enough of my rambling. Okay. In the description box, I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Also, have a link to my other channel, Paul Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. Also, I have a link down below to my Patreon. My Patreon is only $5 a month. Over 200 videos on there. Even Peacemaker, I just got to put one more episode on there. I have 200 videos on there, 5 different categories. You get 5-minute preview clips of all the content that's on there. Follow link, it'll take you to my Patreon page. Also, I have a link down below to my merchandise store. As you can see, I'm wearing my spherical circles. This is the brown shirt. I have a black shirt as well. Okay, and I also have the Trepacer logo shirts. Those are the two logos that I have on my merchandise. I have it on hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, hoodies, water bottles, teddy bears. What else? Oh yeah, I have it for men, women, unisex. And I'm also probably going to buy me the hoodie thing now that it's getting colder now in October. I'm going to probably buy the hoodie, probably either a white hoodie with the black lettering or something, or either the black hoodie with the white lettering and stuff. The Trepacer logo, I think. Or maybe with the spherical circle. I like the spherical circles, and I like the shirt for some reason. I like the way it fits. Anyway, so that's it. And so follow the link. It'll take you to my merchandise store. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Trepacer saying so long, and take care.